everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished. Manchester City 4, Southampton nil. And as the commentator said right at the end, never in doubt. Never in doubt. Just never in doubt. And I mean that it's a wider discussion of that particular game, that particular result, and what that really means. But we'll stick to the game analysis for now. But I mean, I was disappointed with it. It really was. It was such a disappointing game to watch because Southampton offered nothing. They offered nothing. Maybe the last 5 minutes when City were 4-0 up, and maybe there's a pattern there. They were pretty bad when they were pretty. The levels dropped when they went 4-0 up against Manchester United, and now again the levels dropped a little bit when they went 4-0 up against Southampton. So maybe that's the answer. Let City go 4-0 up and then try and come back. But there was nothing. I mean, it was. I mean, if I'm not a City fan and I was watching that game not as a City fan, it was pretty boring, to be honest. It's just there's nothing. There's no intrigue. There's no fun. I mean, it's just you're City fans. City fans can let me know in the comments what they thought about the game, because to me, watching it, there was just no intrigue. It was like, well, what am I watching? Because City never looked like they were out of third gear and just seemed to do whatever they were doing. They had everything under control. It almost felt like it was too perfect. And sometimes when it's too perfect, it's not very fun to watch. But anyway, talking about the goals, the one thing that I did notice, there were a few interesting tactical things to notice, which I was very intrigued by. The tactical stuff from City side. One was the fact that Akanji played as right back, which I thought was something that I thought he could have tried out, or that he would have wanted to try out. I think Kanji's got the pace. He's got obviously the ball playing skill, so it was an interesting move. I don't think he can play as a right back in big games, but games where you don't want to play Cancelo, where you don't want to play Walker, you play Akanji as the right back, because otherwise they don't really have that many options there. So that was a smart choice, a smart move, just to let to see how Akanji does as right back, and you give him that opportunity. So then you've got another option at right back, which they don't generally have. So that was a good thing to see, of course. I think a lot of people would have thought that Cancelo would play right back and Ake would play left back, but he made that switch. I think it was a good decision for this particular game to do that. I thought Southampton, for me, I think they came in this game with the clear mandate. We're not going to let Erling Haaland score a goal. Whatever we do, we're not going to let Erling Haaland score a goal. I think that was the mandate that they came into the game with. And you could see that every time they were basically cutting out angles for passes to Haaland. They were trying to man mark him when they could. They tried to do everything that they could to not let him get the ball, or to not let him get in positions. He still got them, because that's how good of a player he is. But whatever they were doing, I don't think he had as many chances as he normally has. He had that one-on-one in the first half, 14 minutes, and you thought, that's it, 1-0. And he hits the post. He hits the post. I think that's the first time he's missed a one-on-one, clean through on goal, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And that's the first time he's missed a scoring opportunity this season. Somebody could correct me, but I think this is the first time that he's missed it. But oh my god, how he missed that one, nobody knows. But it's 0-0. But they do get the goal. I thought Joao Cancelo was the man of the match. They put that in the tagline as well. I think Cancelo was man of the match, beyond doubt, that he was. But what I was noticing, even in those first 20 minutes, I thought Adam Armstrong, for me, was absolutely doing was absolutely shirking his responsibility of helping out Kyle Walker-Peters on the right hand side. We saw it with Anthony last week, and we saw it now with Adam Armstrong. He was just letting Cancelo run by him every time. Every time Cancelo was just saying thank you very much, and he was just letting him go through. And you can't do that against City. You can't leave your fullback to deal with the winger and say that's all right, you can do that, because they're going to double up. City are going to double up on the wings. So you've got to have, as a winger, you've just got to, or as the person who's supposed to help out your fullback, because I think Armstrong was trying to play a winger, a striker, he's trying to do that. You've got to basically suck it up and accept that you're not going to be attacking as much. So you've got to go track back and do your defensive duty. I think Adam Armstrong wasn't doing that. And that goal came from that. And I was saying it actually at the 14th or 15th minute. I think when Cancelo had that outside of the boot shot over, I was like, if they don't lock that down, the goal's coming from that side. So it's coming from that side, because they know they've got the baiting of Armstrong. And they did. And the Cancelo just went past Armstrong. He goes past another player, and he just goes and shoots it. And it was a fantastic goal. It was a great one. Very bad defending from Southampton, but it was a great run. It goes between the legs as well, I think. And it's 1-0. And as soon as it's 1-0, you're like, oh yeah, that's it, City won the game. Because you really never thought that Southampton were going to get back into it. I know the commentator, by the way, tried to drum up some interest by saying, oh, they've come back in the last two games from 1-0 down and 1-2-1. It's like, that's not going to happen here. That doesn't happen. Right? That's when you want to try to create drama, when you're having to try to create some sort of narrative, because the existing narrative is boring enough, and everybody already knows what's happening, and you can't do that for the viewers. So you try to drum up some narrative, but we all knew it was going to be happening. So anyway, it was 1-0, and then it became 2-0. Again, it was, I think it was Ward-Prowse who lost the ball in midfield, and again it just broke. And that's City again. The times that Southampton had the ball, City just swarmed them. They were like bees, you know, they were like bees to honey. The way that the City, there's sometimes 2, 3 City players on one Southampton player. I was wondering where that is going, what's happening. You know, how a City is so confident, how a City is so physically fit. It's just unbelievable to watch. And either the 3 players, that goal was once. There's so many other occasions where there's 2, 3, 4 players, City players just swarming towards 1 or 2 Southampton players who were in or around possession. It's just unbelievable to watch. And the ball breaks through. De Bruyne has it. He passes it to Foden. I'm not sure Foden meant that shot. He might have actually meant that shot. I thought for a second, I thought maybe he was trying to go for a cross and it didn't work out. But it could have been a shot as well. I'm not sure. We'll say it was a shot. It was a good finish. It's 2-0. And if you had any thoughts or doubts if City were going to not win the game, that was it. 2-0 for sure kills it. Why 1-0 doesn't kill it for you, 2-0 surely does. And then really the second half was all about how many City can score, how long Southampton can keep them out, what's the final score going to be. Those are things that you think about, right? And those are not things that you should be thinking about at the end of halftime. But those are things that City have made you think about. And then it became 3-0. Mahrez with a nice finish. I thought Mahrez had a pretty poor game up to that point, to be honest. I thought he was the weak link in that City front six, if you want to call it. But he got a goal because that's how good City are. They can even make players who are not having good games look like they're having good games because they create so many chances. They keep doing that and keep doing that. So Mahrez got a goal, and then finally, the one objective that Southampton had, which was not to let Haaland score. They failed at that as well because Haaland did score because he always scores. Again, nothing more. It's a very good run from Cancelo. Man of the match, by the way. Smash a like if Cancelo is your man of the match. He was my man of the match for sure. I think it'd be everybody's man of the match. The way he played it was fantastic. Makes another run. Again, nobody tracks him. Puts a cross in. I think that run was designed. I think even Cancelo, when he went on, he was like, I'm going to get Haaland a goal. I'm going to get Haaland a shot. I'm going to let him have a tap in. That's what I'm going to do. He did that. He made that run. He put it straight on the plate for Haaland. Haaland finishes it off. It's 4-0. Haaland gets his 20th goal of the season. We're only in October. I mean, I don't know. There was a stat that he's on track for 70 goals this season. I don't think he'll get 70, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got 50. I wouldn't be surprised if he got 50 Premier League goals this season. I wouldn't be, because the rate at which he's scoring them, nobody seems to have an answer. And nobody's kind of decoded him yet on how to stop him. So yeah, I would say he could get 50 this season quite easily, as long as he doesn't get injured, of course. Fitness permitting, I think he will get 50 this season. That's what I believe. We can do predictions, by the way, in the comments. I know we do predictions. How many do you think? I think it's going to have 50. But yeah, anyway, that was 4-0, game over. Not a lot. I mean, again, these are sort of games where you don't really learn a lot. I keep saying this, we don't learn a lot about City. Yeah, they probably found that they have another tactical option at right back now in Akanji. I think that's the only thing that you get out of it, because other than that, it was just a procession for City. Like, yeah, we can just keep doing this, and it was mechanical. It was it's difficult to watch as an opposition, as a neutral fan. It was very difficult to watch, and I don't know what the answers are, but congratulations to City, big win, and it puts the pressure on Arsenal. Now they've got to play Liverpool, and that puts the pressure on them now that they've got to go and pick up a win there to get back on the top of the table. So we'll see what happens. But let me know in the comments, what did you think about the game? What did you think about City's performance? I mean, were there any other things that stood out to you aside from the things that we've discussed? Let me know, of course, in the comments. Always love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, do remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. We've got a lot more videos coming today, so when you subscribe, you get notified as soon as videos drop. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.